It was Tori Jacobson for the Watch Chapel Community Center. Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Jen. All right, good morning. Thank you to everybody for your patience as we work through a couple different technical difficulties, but we are here, the Anne Arundel County Senate delegation. On our agenda today, 5 bills to hear and potentially take action on. There are 2 letters that I wanted to discuss, and then any new business. Would any senators like to add anything to the agenda? Okay,
Thank you.
We will jump right in. Everybody should have received the bill files for all 5 bills. We got that out yesterday morning. Does everybody have those bill files?
Yes.
Needed them. Okay. Wonderful. Then Senator Bidel, we'll start with you. Senate Bill 347, Anne Arundel County Landlord and Tenant Procedures for Failure to Pay Rent. It was heard on February 9th.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Chair. So I think we had a good hearing. I expect some amendments, but at the hearing, I had the sheriff, the Lisa Serro from ACDS, and the landlords. So the only issue seems to be the 24 hours after the 14. It's an improvement that the tenant gets a 14-day notice that they need they're re-evicted and things need to be removed. It's the day after. Lisa Serra wants that extra 24 hours. Some of the landlords have had incidences when they're evicting people where it's become violent. So I left it up to the committee, to JPR, to deal with how they want to handle the 24 hours or whatever time after it's locked up. So, the improvement is, as a tenant, you get 14 days notice, and there has to be documents that it was received and it was posted. So I'm just waiting on JPR. But it was a very good hearing.
Any questions for Senator Bidel? Okay, thank you. Seeing none, we'll move on to Senator Riley, Senate Bill 434, Anne Arundel County Property Tax Credit, Disabled or Fallen Law Enforcement Officers and Rescue Workers, Surviving Spouses, and Cohabitants.
Thank you very much. We had a good hearing in B&T the other day. The person who brought this issue to my attention was the main person testifying. He was an injured Maryland State Trooper who served in Anne Arundel County. He had a bad car accident in Anne Arundel County. He recovered in Anne Arundel County. And after his accident, he moved to Carroll County, and Carroll County has the same tax credit that Anne Arundel does for these injured folks. Well, after a few years, his testimony was that his daughter got to the Naval Academy and he wanted to be close. So he sold a house in Carroll County and bought a house in Senator Elfreth's district. But the tax credit didn't transfer. And this bill was a corrective bill in order to allow him to be eligible for the tax credit. Even though it was originally granted in Carroll County, he doesn't have to reapply. It'll be an automatic adjustment to his property tax.
Great.
Okay, thank you, Senator. Any questions? Okay, it was a great hearing, and frankly, it seems like completely within the intent of the original state and local.
We also have a letter of support from the FOP Anne Arundel County.
All right, moving on to Senate Bill 364, Anne Arundel County Board of Education Parents' Right to Challenge Curriculum Act. Senator Simon Ayer.
Thank you. Had a good hearing on that this week. Forget which day it was now. So this is basically a bill that sets up a process that parents can have a voice in the curriculum process. It's really set up to be a balanced approach where it's not too easy to petition, but it's not too hard for the parents. I think we struck the right balance on that. Basically what the bill does gives them a right to challenge. It doesn't pick any particular curriculum. It just sets up the process.
This is Jim. Can you hear me?
Yep, Senator.
Can you tell us a little bit more about it so we understand kind of what the proposal is for a process?
Sure. So basically, if a person or a group of people want to challenge a particular piece of curriculum, they can set up a petition, and it would put the purpose of the petition, who the sponsor is, what you have to do to sign up. And then they get that out, and it only can be signed by parents or guardians of students in the Arundel County school system. They have to get 3% of the population of the school at the beginning. That's when they get the total. At that point, they go to the school board, and the school board has to have a public hearing on it. The superintendent or their designee can come explain why they chose this curriculum, why it was good, and so forth. And then after that, the school board will have to take a vote whether they want to keep it the same, if they want to modify it, or if they want to remove it. And then the information is posted on the school website. That's all.
This is on a school by school basis?
It's countywide.
Do you have the 3%
It's not school by,
countywide?
it's not school by school.
So it's 3% countywide.
Correct.
And how is curriculum defined?
I think I don't think they specifically define it in the bill, because I think it's defined in the educational article. I can get back to you on how they define curriculum, but
Okay, thank you.
it's not a new definition.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. There's a large bill file on this that I read through last night. A lot of community input. I guess my question is, being that we have a public process now with the Board of Education, they have regular hearings that are regularly posted and allow for significant public input. I feel as if the ability to express concerns over various things in our school system is already available due to that public input at regular Board of Education meetings. Isn't that?
Yeah, one thing that came out of the hearings today that I wasn't as aware of, but basically the school gives them 2 minutes to discuss things, and they set the agenda. It's not open to any point that they want to bring up. And also, quite frankly, as Senator Bidle knows, we recently made the school board an elected school board. And so a parent could come, or a group of parents could come, and they could say, we have concerns with X, Y, or Z. They say, thank you very much. And that's the end of it. There's no action required. I think this gives a little more accountability and transparency in the process, and they have to take a, action on it, whether it's inaction or modification or removal.
I'm going to be really direct because I can't help it. With some of the recent conversations I see on social media about curriculum, I think this really opens up a real problem with the school board. There's going to be a lot of discussion about whether or not they're teaching CRT, which they aren't, whether or not they're teaching LQGBT. Did I say that right? LQGBT? I don't know. I think it should be up to the educators to set the curriculum. And, parents do have input. They can appear, they have time at the beginning of the hearing, just like we always had on the county council. They can sign petitions, they can write letters, but I just don't think this is a good bill for us to require this of the board.
Yeah, I mean, that is core of the debate. Whether the teachers or the administrators are the experts, and they should be the ones deciding, or whether parents should have a meaningful voice in the process. And so, as always, Senator Bidle, you do cut to the chase, and you what the core issue is.
I'd like to speak in favor of the bill.
Okay, Senator.
We had a woman from Arnold share with us in the testimony that she has gone to the board meeting. She has taken her a lot of time and then been promptly dismissed. No follow-up, no questions, no agreement or disagreement. The reason I'm supporting this is this has to be such a major issue that you're going to get 2,500 people to sign a petition. I can understand we get a couple hundred from a school if there's an individual school issue. The only issues that are going to get $2,500 people to sign a petition, if it's a system-wide issue, if it affects a number of schools, high schools, elementary schools, middle schools. I think the bar is so high that individual people with an axe to grind won't get any traction. But if it's a significant issue and you have a significant following, then I think it's appropriate for the board to give a response, even if it's no thank you. And that's what the bill allows. I'm very much in favor of this bill.
I'm going to have to agree with Senator Beidle. I think we have means. I think we've moved to an elected board where we can hold board members more accountable than we were able to in the past. Parents have means to appear before them, appear before their PTA, talk to their principal, speak to their own children's teacher if there's an issue that they feel is in the curriculum. I think we have multiple means for intervention here and transparency. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to support the bill.
Senator Elfith, what do we say to parents who send emails to board members and get no response?
I would recommend they not vote for that board member in the future.
But they're not in their districts.
But everybody's represented by one board member, and that board member.
Everybody, like us, we represent everybody in the state. They represent everybody in the county. And there's a consistent complaint that there's no feedback from the board members, whether it's their own or other districts.
And that's a completely fair complaint. And I would say to the same people who complain when folks in our chamber don't respond to emails, that's a core function of our jobs. And I would hope that people keep that in mind when they go to the ballot box the next time.
Yeah, just one thing, because that did come up in the hearing. People were asking about that. And the parent was talking about it and said, yeah, you get elected every 4 years, but my kid could be out of school by that time. So there is some urgency to it, and say, wait 4 years. When we have the means, them a meaningful voice. I understand the philosophical difference, just provide the other side.
Senator Beidle?
Senator Simon, I'm actually looking at the bills on my phone, so I'm having a little trouble. Tell me about the testimony in favor and in opposition. What kind of testimony did you get on this?
Well, we had testimony in favor oral. There was no oral against. So we had the school board who said, you know, the general thing, they like to handle curriculum. They don't really want mandates or any other input coming into it. We had a PhD person saying they were opposed because basically educators know what they're doing. Even if they don't agree with it, they want to expose their child because they're the experts. You know, they weren't saying parents to pound sand, but they were definitely saying we pay the educators to be the educators. We should trust them. On the proponent, you know, it was more like we've gone down to the school board, we get our little 2 minutes, and that's it. They don't have to take a public position, and when we go to vote, we really don't know what their position is because they don't take a position, and it's very challenging for them. And the parents just want to have a voice in the process, and they appreciated that this did not pick any particular subject matter. It just set up a means for the parents to have a voice.
Senator Elfrith, I would suggest that maybe we could write a letter from the delegation to the board that says, with this particular issue, that we've heard from a lot of folks that they're not getting replies, and to please ask them to respond to their phone calls and emails. I'm a little shocked that so many people have that complaint. I really am, because we try to respond to every email, even when we get.
And I appreciate that, and I think that would help with that, but I don't think it helps with parents actually having a meaningful curriculum. So I still want to go forward with this.
I will note in the bill file is the official bill record. I didn't go back and watch the hearing, but I did read the bill file in full, and there's one in favor and a good handful requesting an unfavorable report. So that is,
no, there's more than one favorable, but
I'll go back and look, but I'm pretty sure.
I looked at it during the hearing, so multiple.
Can we hold this and let me go back and watch the hearing and put it on the agenda for our next meeting? Is that okay, Senator Simon?
What's the next meeting? What's the next meeting?
Our next meeting would be next Friday, the 25th.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I will go back and watch it. Thank you.
Madam Chair?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
Senator. Yes.
I just have a question for Senator Simon or anybody who knows. Is there a House cross file?
I do not believe there is.
Okay, thank you.
We have two more and we're running a little bit short of time. Next, Senate Bill 510, Arundel County Board of Education member compensation. Senator Bidle, this was heard on the 16th.
Thank you. And it was heard in front of EHE, which was Senator Riley and Senator Simon Ayer, and it was like a 2-minute hearing. There was one question. I don't even know, were there any letters in the file? Because I didn't look at the file, to be honest. But it does put our Board of Ed in line with other elected boards. Not totally. I mean, there are other elected boards that are earning 25,000 and 30,000, but it would increase our board to 18, 19, and 20, depending if you're holding office or not. So I'd like to see us support this. If we want good people running for these positions, I think we need to compensate them.
Any questions for Senator Bidle?
You did a good job.
Clear. No questions in EHE. Okay, Senate Bill 539, Anne Arundel County Special Taxing Districts exemptions. This was heard on Wednesday as well. This came to us from our county executive. It seems that county policy has been when a property disabled veteran, that category, had been exempt from property taxes under state law and county law. The county was also exempting special taxing districts, all the other kind of districts we have in Anne Arundel County, also exempting that. We want to make sure that that policy is in fact in line with state law. I think it was certainly the intent of my committee, and I believe it's the intent of the General Assembly that this would be, kind of aligning practice with policy and intent. Any questions?
So I'm looking in the bill. I just see your testimony. Was there any support or favorable other than your letter?
The county executive as well.
Okay, I didn't see that one. So is this just basically codifying current practice?
Yes.
Okay.
Will be an amendment on special taxing districts because the county feels like they can handle that internally at the county council level. And of course, this is enabling. So whatever we decide here at the state, to the county council to affirm or not.
In a practical sense, what it does is make what they're doing now, which is illegal, legal.
I was being more diplomatic about it.
I know, I understand. I didn't understand it until I thought of it that way.
Okay. Then we've time to hear motions on the local bills. So Senate Bill 347, Senator Bidle's landlord and tenant issue. Is there a motion?
Favorable.
Can I just ask? It sounds like there's amendments coming. So can we hold it till we get the amendments and see what there actually are? It doesn't sound like you're going to be. It's not. It sounds like we're not voting on what the final product's going to be, and I'd rather do that.
I just have a process question. Will they even take it up without a letter from us?
They will not.
So how can we get amendments if they don't take it up?
No. You can propose an amendment here in our delegation, and then the delegation would say we voted favorable with amendments, and they would take it to the committee with that amendment and take it up.
But it's not a sponsor amendment, it's a committee amendment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, all you have to do is present an amendment, we vote on it.
But she doesn't have the amendment, it's being prepared by the committee. And the committee won't do an amendment until they get a letter from the delegation.
But we could,
yes, we can request an amendment.
Yeah, we're not tied by the committee. I mean, Senator Bidle could request the amendment.
But Brian, what you're saying is we prepare an amendment, we send it over, they prepare their own amendment and send it back.
No.
It doesn't make any sense.
Now, here's what I'm saying, trying to make it clear. Senator Bidle would create an amendment. She would present it to this body. We'd vote on it, send a package up to EHE, if that's the one we're talking about, and then say, we approve this by the delegation with the amendment, and then they put it on the voting list. I'm not understanding what.
Bidle doesn't know what the amendment is because the committee's going to do the amendment.
Senator Bidle?
I would just say if we could, and we've done this before when I was in the House delegation, if we get a vote to approve it and send it to committee, then if there's an amendment, we'll bring it back and vote again on the amended bill. Because I need JPR to do the amendment, Senator Simon Ayer. I don't have a legal background, and
Okay.
You know,
Well,
they're
I'll
really,
just abstain because I don't want to vote for it with the opposition saying they don't like it the way it is.
okay,
I did hear a favorable motion. I think Senator Riley, I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
aye,
And Senator Simonaire abstaining until we see an amendment.
Yeah, I'd just like to see the opposition removed.
Okay. Senate Bill 434, Senator Riley's property tax credit.
Move favorable.
second,
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Any opposed? Okay, unanimous, Senator. Senate Bill 364, this is Senator Simonaire. Senator Vital had requested a hold.
Yeah, I'm fine with that if we can commit to voting on it at the next session because I don't want to delay it going to the House.
Yep. So, and I will make a note, Senator Simonaire, I looked at the bill file that we received from B&T on my Senate Bill 539, and what we received is not the complete bill file from the committee. So there's a possibility we also did not receive the complete bill file on your bill. So we're going to have to go back and be very, very clear, because as you know, well, the public does not know, if we are not on a committee, we cannot see the bill file until the bill has come out of that committee. So we have to gently request that bill file from the committee. So we will go back and triple check that every piece of testimony is in that bill file. Okay, but I motion to hold, we will hold it until next week. Okay, Senate Bill 510, Senator Vital, your Board of Education member compensation bill.
move favorable,
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Okay, it looks like we have a 5-0. Senator Riley, you were on the favorable.
I raised my hand.
Okay,
Yeah. we
My
couldn't
big,
see it.
ugly hand.
I think there's a delay in my Zoom. Okay. Moving on, Senate Bill 539, the Special Taxing Districts Correction Bill. Is there a
Move
motion?
favorable,
Favorable.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
aye,
All right, we are very agreeable this morning. All right, so we have 4 bills that we will prepare letters to the committee for. Just get that done this afternoon and copy every senator, the sponsor on that letter of support. Okay, with the 2 minutes we had left, I wanted to bring up the Department of Agriculture letter. There seems to be some back and forth. Senator Simonaire, I know you spoke with the secretary. We've also spoken with Ag. They have not filled that position yet. So there's general confusion about, I think, just mixed messages about that position. I still think it's a priority. I would like to send the letter so this delegation can go on record that we support them filling that position as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, my conversation that I got back was basically they have a position to handle, I think it's 2 jurisdictions. It's not just a specific for Arundel County. And they say they have that position filled.
They communicated with us that that was not filled. So I think there's some disconnect here.
Yeah, I mean, you all can say, I don't want to sign on something that I'm getting different feedback from them saying that it's not the same as I'm seeing in the letter.
Okay. Are the other senators comfortable expressing our general intent that that position be filled? Okay. We went on with 4. And then we will also be sending another letter today. This is by request of the Farm Bureau, dealing with, there's a special fund in the budget on recycling tires. It's incredibly important to our agricultural community. It used to be a certain 1.5 million. In recent years, it's been cut back. The letter Delegate Howard and I are working on to the governor to request a supplemental budget to level fund that fund to get it back to 1.5 on behalf of not just Anne Arundel County farmers, but farmers across the state. So I will send that out. If anybody would like to sign on to that letter, I would appreciate it.
I will.
I will,
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to see it.
Okay, that's fine. We will get it to you today. We've been back and forth with Delegate Howard's office. And then,
I'll sign it sight unseen.
okay, thank you, Senator. We will get that to you today. On not necessarily just Anne Arundel delegation, but there is another supplemental budget letter that Senator Simonaire and Riley, you should have received from Bailey to the waterfront senators regarding search and rescue. Remind you that that letter is out there as well. We're trying to get every senator who represents waterfront to sign on requesting us in the supplemental budget new equipment to help with search and rescue when someone goes missing in the water.
I think I recall talking to Senator Bailey about that, and the question came up that B&T can just put that money in there.
Well,
Or allocate.
We could absolutely request B&T to do that, but I know the governor's going to do a number of supplemental budgets. So it's also another avenue to request it of him. It's really much easier for him to do it than for us to do it.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Senator.
this is a serious question. Does waterfront include rivers or only the bay?
If you would like to sign on, Senator, we just triage the waterfront senators, but we're happy to have you as well.
I'm happy to. Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to sign on too, Senator. It's
Okay.
a really important issue.
Okay. Okay. I will have Senator Vital, Dylan will reach out to you on the Senate side, and then Senator Biley is handling the other side of the aisle. So, okay. Any other new business? All right. Seeing none. Thank you all very much. We will see you on the floor at 11 and in this delegation again next week.
It'll be nice to have you on the floor this Friday. The last couple of Fridays, just been 3 of us.
All right. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
See ya.